Tom isn't just a sidekick, he's the right-hand man of Leo Bannon, the Irish boss whose power extends across the city, where illicit alcohol flows and danger lurks around every corner. Leo holds the city in an iron fist, but its usual order is about to collapse. The center of this chaos is Bernie Birnbaum, a small, slippery bookmaker whose machinations with rigged matches have made him an enemy in the person of Johnny Casper, an Italian gangster whose lust for power and cruelty knows no bounds. Leo, through a strange attachment to his lover Verna's sister, decides to protect Bernie, thus opening Pandora's box. This seemingly noble decision becomes the spark for a great war between the Irish and Italians. In dark nooks and crannies, Leo and Tom discuss the situation. Tom, a man of few words and discernment, sees the precariousness of Leo's position. He warns his boss of the impending danger, but the latter, blinded by pride and sense of duty, does not want to retreat. Tom, with his cold judgment, realizes that this decision will lead to bloodshed and may result in ruin for everyone, but he remains loyal to Leo, at least for now. Verna, outwardly fragile, but actually cunning and calculating, plays her part in this drama. She is Leo's lover, but at the same time she maintains a secret liaison with Tom, drawing him into a dangerous maze of passion and infidelity. This forbidden connection fuels the tension between Tom and Leo and makes the situation even more explosive. Verna appears to be a woman seeking gain in her every move. Tom seems to succumb to her charms, but there is a certain restraint in his eyes, as if he is always in control. When Casper declares war, the city descends into chaos. Gangs clash in the streets, gunshots are heard everywhere, and carnage is seen. Tom finds himself at the very epicenter of this confrontation, trying to maneuver between the two warring sides. He not only protects Leo and his empire, but also tries to keep himself safe, which is becoming increasingly difficult to do. At one meeting, Casper pronounces with a venomous grin that Bernie will be killed if debts are not paid. Leo, stubborn and proud, refuses to make concessions, which only exacerbates the conflict. Tom, once again, tries to convey to his boss that it is time to act more cunningly than by force. He seems to be the only one who can think clearly in this atmosphere of tension and hatred. After another gunfight, Tom realizes that Casper will stop at nothing. He is too thirsty for blood and power, so Tom decides to go ahead with his plan. He meets with Casper in secret from Leo. In this conversation, which takes place in a secluded bar, he makes it clear to Casper that Bernie is not worth the war that is breaking out because of him. Casper, seeing that Tom is not as simple as he seems and that he can be useful, offers him cooperation. Tom, with a stone face and a sly look, seems to agree. Leo, having learnt of Tom's secret meeting with Casper, feels betrayed. He sees Tom's actions as treachery and doesn't realize that Tom is actually trying to save him and his empire from ultimate destruction. At this point, one of the key conflicts of the film is revealed: the conflict between Leo's straightforwardness and short-sightedness and Tom's cunning and strategic thinking. To prove his loyalty to Casper, Tom takes part in the murder of one of Leo's cronies. He does it coldly and calculatingly, and there is not an ounce of regret in his eyes. The viewer is left wondering if he really betrayed his boss, or is it all part of his plan? At the same time, his relationship with Verna becomes more and more confusing. It's as if she's toying with him, seducing and manipulating him. Tom responds to this with restraint and a bit of mystery. He always seems to be in control, or at least trying to be. Tom meets with Bernie to stage his murder. This scene is full of tension as even Bernie, mired in his machinations, realizes that his life hangs in the balance. Tom, with cold calculation, organizes everything to make it look as if Bernie has actually been murdered. Tom then shows Bernie's corpse to Casper, which convinces the gangster of Tom's loyalty. When everyone thinks that Tom has finally gone over to Casper's side, he organizes a meeting of all the key players. At the gathering in the woods, all masks are dropped. Tom, in a tense and dangerous dialogue, brings Casper out in the open, revealing his plans and showing that it was Casper who had been manipulating everyone all along. Tom not only outplayed Casper, but proved that he is not a traitor. The ensuing shootout is the climax of the whole story, chaotic, violent, and full of unexpected twists and turns. Tom is like a conductor controlling this chaos, arranging the pieces to achieve his goal. He takes the lives of many of Casper's men, as well as Casper himself, thus ruining his plans. At this crossroads of fate, not only the lives but also the future of the entire town are decided. The final scene shows Tom returning to Leo, who by this time has become more composed and wise. Tom doesn't explain anything to Leo. He doesn't make excuses. He just stares silently at his boss, letting him know that it's over. Leo seems to begin to realize something from the look on Tom's face. Verna, on the other hand, has left town, unable to stand the tension and lies. She chose to walk away into the unknown. Tom remains a man whose fate is inseparable from this city, from its cruel rules and laws. He is a man who can play by the rules of this cruel world, but he remains a mysterious character whose true motives remain not fully understood. His gaze in the finale remains as piercing and cold as it was at the beginning of the story. He is a man who has managed to keep his balance in this world of chaos and violence, and this ability makes him truly special.